Yeah, well, Matt, this is a company that's, as you mentioned, less than 10 years old. And what's really interesting is about 5 years ago, they started their international expansion. And in that time, they've been able to become the #1 smartphone in India. Right now, they're opening stores throughout Europe, including Milan, London. They just launched their first store in Mexico City. So it's going at a very rapid rate, but of course it's still not in the US market. Xiaomi wanted to enter the US in 2019. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, of course. So I interviewed Wang Xiang, who is the head of international for Xiaomi. Here's what he had to say about the US market.
US market is very, very different, although it's a smartphone. But the frequency technology-wise is different because the frequency spectrum allocation is different than China and the rest of the world. You have to design a complete different SKU for US market. And also US market is a carrier market. So you
locked phones.
Yeah, you have to work with the carrier to do a lot of customizations. You need a lot of engineers. So far we are working very hard, try to design a product for North America, but still the resources is a big issue.
Now, in 2015, Xiaomi wasn't making revenue from outside of China. But fast forward to 2019, they're expecting to have 50% of its revenue come from international markets. And perhaps the most lucrative of them all is India, where they expanded just 5 years ago with an e-commerce play, and then about 2 years ago went all in on brick and mortar. Here's what he had to say about India.
Actually, our model is to make the best product but sell as low as possible. That fit perfectly in India. So I think we enable many Indian consumers to use smartphone and also to go to mobile internet. That will help a lot of people to change their life. We think this is very important to developing countries. We were doing this in China 9 years ago, but about 4 years ago, we replicate the model in India.
Xiaomi commands 28% of the mobile phone market in India. But of course, as we know, the smartphone shipment market is slowing globally. So in order for Xiaomi to stay competitive, not only does it need to continue international growth, but also go into things like the Internet of Home.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.